Govindavidam ujvalam bharatanum bhaktanvitam sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Chadibya Bhagavat Premno Hi Bija Pradam Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajaka Satara Sadashri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Tiro Bab Maha Mahotsavati Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai Jai Saparikar Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Jiu Ki Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Dhara Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Seva Kunj Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai Shri Govinda Kunda Ki Jai, Ganga Devi, Jamuna Devi, Bhakti Devi, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Shri Gupta Govardhan Ki Jai, Om Vishnupad Vishvabarena Srilesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Bhimalavadut Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Sri Bharamananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Sri Krishna Priya Didi Ki Jai, Sri Bhakti Lalita Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai, Seva Vrinda Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Tiru Bhav Maha Mahotsavati Ki Jai, Nitai Go Premanande. So, Srila Guru Maharaj wanted to know he wanted to gain the favor and appreciation of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I was thinking, what is the way to his Guru's heart? What is the pathway to the Guru's heart? So, we see Guru Maharaj composed the Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dasakam, and his fame, many wonderful, every verse is extraordinary, but one that utterly captured Srila Saraswati Thakur, Sri Gauranumatam Swarupa Viditam Rupa Grajen Adritam Rupadye Pariveshitam Ragugunai Ashraditam Shevitam Jivadye Abharakshitam Shukra Shiva Brahma Samanitam Sri Radha Padasevanam Ritamaho Tadatum Isho Bhavan. He's identifying what is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's gift to the world. His gift to the world is the Krishna consciousness movement. What we call Krishna consciousness, the Krishna consciousness movement. Krishna consciousness is the purview, the domain of Srimati Radharani. She is Krishna consciousness personified. We say, well, are you forgetting Krishna? No, this is how you remember Krishna. This is how you think of Krishna. It's through her grace. It is, Krishna consciousness is a gracious extension of her heart. She's sharing Krishna with us. She owns Krishna exclusively. It's her possession. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Krishna is owned exclusively by Radharani and her girlfriends and their assistants. Like copyright, patent, trademark, they own Krishna. And they alone can distribute Krishna if they so please to do so. So All praise and to Srimati Radharani. Radha Dasyam, the service of her holy lotus feet, otherwise known as, Radha Dasyam or Krishna consciousness movement, is that one thing. Right? Coming in connection with that, the lotus feet of the ultimate Guru, Srimati Radharani. She is Sri Guru in its highest form of expression. She's the Ujjvala Rasa Acharya. Right? Kintu Prabhoya Priya Evatasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Sakshad Hari Tena Samasta Shastrai. All the Shastras saying, Guru is whom? Directly Krishna. Like the other day, when I was having a discussion, somebody said, if you want to know how to understand what Guru Maharaj says, and this, he's God. Guru Maharaj is God. Right? Once you understand that he's God, as good as God, then you understand how to receive what he's telling you. Right? And you say, oh, how can you say such a thing? Oh, I say in the presence of Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj, who will wholeheartedly agree with me and dance and chant and celebrate what I have said. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tata guru. The statement is there from the Upanishad. Only if there's no difference to you between what God says and Guru says, then tasyaiti katita hyartha prakashante mahatmana. Then to that person everything is revealed. But they think, no, God is like that, and Guru, but, they're good, but that person won't understand. But who understands not only good as God, but greater. How? In a sense, more accessible. God is accessible through Guru. And remember, who's the ultimate Guru? If there's some reluctance to accept this, the ultimate Guru is Srimati Radharani. And Krishna will be very, very happy if you say that she is superior to him, and only through her do we get you. And not only do we get you through her, we get more of you through her than we would get by going to you directly. Govinda Balabhe Radhe Prarte Twamahangsada, Gopabhata Goswami. Saying, how did Guru Maharaj say it? You want a direct connection with me? Krishna is saying, and he says, that's not my department. That is, she knows. And even the big men in this world, right? Whether they're president, king, prime minister, whatever the top position is, I'd like to arrange a meeting. Oh, see my secretary. I don't even know what my schedule, the secretary arranges everything. So I can't even tell you. You have to ask them, is it okay? And they will say. Even in this world we experience that. What to speak of her supreme position. She, why? Also, because no one has a more full conception of Krishna than her. What is her conception of Krishna? That's what we are interested in. How does she see him? Just think of that. The way she views Krishna. She's sharing her view of Krishna with us in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement. That is her supreme mercy. Radhe Vrindavanadishe Koranamrita Vahini. It's the ultimate, flow of Koranamrita Vahini, means of supreme compassion and mercy, is coming from the heart of Srimati Radharani. She's illuminating the whole existence with her, as Gurudev said, the Tungamani Mandire. Her heart is a lighthouse of Krishna Prem, illuminating the whole spiritual world. Things like the sun are just reflections of her illuminating capacity. They're the dim reflection that she's illuminating everything with her heart. Krishna consciousness is her heart. Her heart is Krishna consciousness. So when Guru Maharaj says in his prayer, Taddatum ish Sri Radha Parasevanamritamaho, Taddatum isho bhavan. oh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this is your gift to the world. The nectarine service of the holy lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And this is what, oh, you're revealing, this is what Mahaprabhu came down to give. When Krishna, already familiar with her, and he's saying, what is this? How she behaves, the sort of expressions coming from her heart, her speech, the divine ecstatic emotional waves over her divine form, and I'm totally captured by her, but how she is captured by me, what she sees in me. And then particularly Krishna being naughty as he is, separating himself from her and hiding in the kunja to see if she's like this when we're together, I shudder to think what she is like when we're separated. And then what he sees astonishes him. Aparam kasyapi pranay janam vrindasya kutuki rasotstamam hritva madhuram upabhoktam kamapiya rucham swam avavredutim tadiyam sachaitanya devaskritir atitaram na kripayatu. The Chaitanyastakam of Rupa Goswami saying, Krishna surveyed 1 billion trillion gopis of inconceivable beauty, quality, characteristics, charm, and when absent one, 1 trillion minus 1, you think, oh, negligible. 1 trillion minus 1 is still more or less 1 trillion. No, and Krishna said, what happened? The flow, the quality, it's gone down. What happened? And surveying all, she's gone, she left. That personality who can totally capture Krishna. So the absence of one, the whole experience turns into something else, and Krishna leaves searching for her. So he's captured. He's saying, the whole world is mad after me. My fragrance, my aroma, everything. He goes, the fragrance of my beloved drives me mad. Right? You're all mad. Punyo gandak prativyam cha. The original fragrance of the earth, the fragrance of the flowers, aromatic, driving everyone mad, combined with femininity, driving everyone mad. No, I'm mad for her. Her fragrance drives me mad. Her touch, etc. Right? So, and she, what is one of her names? Krishna Mohi. That means she is full of Krishna. To what degree? There is no one who is more full of Krishna than she. Even Krishna wants to experience what Krishna consciousness is like, her Krishna consciousness. It's captured him. It's so charming, so astonishing, so wonderful. So what is the consequence of what Krishna observed in Radharani and separation? That he comes down into this world. And expressed to a certain degree in Chaitanya Bhagavat, where the Guru was saying, no, Sri Gauranumatam, Swarup, but only Swarup Damodar knows everything. Lalita Saki. Okay? And that very thing that Mahaprabhu came down to celebrate is known fully to Swarup Damodar, worshipped by Sanatana Goswami, relished by Rupa Goswami, and extended in his Rasa scriptures, tasted by Raghunath Das, extended to Krishnadas. Krishnadas gives us the Chaitanya Charitamritam. Jiva and Baladeva are protecting that from adulteration, from those who would challenge its legitimacy, from imitationism. And he's saying, and what is it? Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Uddhava, they want a drop of that divine substance. Asamaho charanareno jushamahang shang vrindavane kamapi gomalato sadinam yaddustajam swajanamarja patam chahitva bejur mukunda parivim shrutivir vamigram. And these girls, gopi girls, what they've got, they want a drop of that divine substance. Then we think, this is a big advertisement, a big build-up. Then what is it? What? Please tell me, what is that thing you're talking about that brought Krishna down in the form of Mahaprabhu, that's worshipped by Sanatan, relished by Rupa, and extended by Raghunath, Krishnadas, Brahma, Shiva, Sukha, Narada? They want to drop it. Please tell me, what is it? Sri Radha Padasevanamritamaho. The service of the nectarine service of the holy lotus feet of Radharani. That Krishna Moyi, who's full of Krishna. You can't get more Krishna at any other source than from her. And then he said, Tadatum Isho Bhavan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this is your gift to the world. And what happened? Saraswati Thakur was captured. So he saw the way to the heart of Saraswati Thakur is to glorify Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The way to the heart of Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj, is to glorify his Guru Maharaj. That's why he accepted all of us and extended the Chaitanya Saraswat Mat around the world to glorify his Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj is everything to him. And he's showing so much love and affection to others, but really it's all, there's this one pivotal point, is the promotion of the glories of his Guru Maharaj and the service of his Guru Maharaj. And what did Gurudev say? If you will do that, if you glorify Guru Maharaj, serve the holy lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, he said, I become your slave. We shuddered to, ooh, Maharaj, don't say that. But he said, no, I'm happily, without any reluctance, I'm saying, you serve my Guru Maharaj. Right? Promote the glories of my Guru Maharaj. I will become your slave if you do that. And really, he's a slave to his disciples, devotees, friends, always tolerating us because of this connection with the holy lotus feet of his Guru Maharaj. And he would sometimes say to me, he'd go, Maharaj, remember what you told? And I said, what? That I am a fanatic for Guru Maharaj. I go, yes, Maharaj, yes. I thought, yes, we are two fanatics for Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj is God. Good as God, as far as we're concerned. And I said, on his Vyas Puja in front of him, I said, how Guru-centric are we? If Krishna himself comes before us, we will turn to Gurudev and say, is that Krishna or not? And when I said that, Srila Gurudev, from his Vyasasana, he started going like that. Yes, and he knows, well, how can I say that? What do I know? But he knows, oh, now Guru Maharaj is speaking through him. Right? I must have heard that from Guru. He heard it 1,000 times, but he knows, if I say that, comes from Srila Guru Maharaj. Right? And so that kind of faith, when he was young, we know Guru Maharaj himself described him as a brisky boy. I had to look it up, actually, to be sure. That means like a young man full of enthusiasm, but not like just a young, enthusiastic person. Supremely intelligent, refined, like Guru Maharaj said, he has something from before. Not that he just came and got everything. He already came with something. And it became fully expressed in service to the holy lotus feet of Srila Guru Maharaj. But still, sometimes I would remind Gurudev of some of his pastimes, and he would go, oh, I was a little, what would be the word? He's saying, proud then, or something. He would play it down, but Guru Maharaj said it in his glorification. But he was young. But at any rate, he was proud because of his connection with Srila Guru Maharaj. We can adjust that way. No, my Guru, what my Guru says is perfect, and I know that. Whoa, you young man, why are you speaking to your elders in this way? That kind of thing. So when after his Badrinath Parikrama completes and he's come down to Vrindavan, and they're at the Imli Tala Mat of Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj, beloved friend, God brother Srila Guru Maharaj. There, because when did that happen? Like I'm telling before about Krishna hiding in the Kunj, observing Radharani. Some say that's the spot. That's the place where he was observing and made the decision to descend as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So, divine any way you take, and Mahaprabhu would go there, and then recall that decision. Anyway, it's such a wonderful place, and still there, near our Seva Kunj Mat. Maharaj knows better than me. Around the corner, so to speak. And Jamuna just near. Right? So Guru Maharaj always serving his godbrothers, actually. They will say, no, guiding us and leading us. To him it is the service. They need, who is the reliable voice of Srila Saraswati Thakur after his departure? They know that's Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj knew that, Goswami Maharaj, Madhav Maharaj, Jajamar Maharaj, Ban Maharaj, Puri Maharaj, name them. Keshava Maharaj, they're all deferring to Srila Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj writes this sloka celebrating when Mahaprabhu came there, but it's how to decipher what that date is. So some elders, senior, they're sitting there, they can't understand. What is the date, though? What he's written is wonderful, saying when Mahaprabhu came, but there's some encrypted date, and that we can't. And they're wondering, maybe there's some fault, right? And Srila Govinda Maharaj, he's young at this time, maybe in his 20s, actually. And he begins by telling what my Guru Maharaj wrote is perfect. No, but no one can understand this. I can understand. No, you're just a boy. No, I can understand clearly what my Guru Maharaj says. Oh, then you please explain to everyone? And he said, well, you see, the Kavis, the Vedic Vaishnava poets, their system for dating, this is like mystical encryption. They have a system like Chauri Ved, there are 4 Vedas, Chatur Veda, that can be used as 4. There's also Tri Vedas, sometimes 3, Pancharatna 5, Navaratna 9, Tri Ratna 3. And different ways to indicate the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's saying, but what they do after they have indicated the numbers is they put them in reverse order. And you have to know this, and you have to know the system. So it says, Ratneshu Vedanite, 9, 5, 4. Then put in reverse, it's telling you, in the year 459, Mahaprabhu came here and sat beneath this tree and recollected when he made that decision to descend in this world, enveloped in the heart and halo of Srimati Radharani as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And they're all like, what kind of boy is this? And there's so many things like that. Guru Maharaj told, and also the subtle things, like that we've seen the picture, we published actually when Saraswati Thakur is being greeted, and he is greeting Governor John Anderson, the then governor of Bengal, and Goswami Maharaj is there, looking like a priest. They experimented some time with that type, and so you see Governor Saraswati Thakur, and if you see his hands, because I had an original, and you could be lost looking at what's in his palm. It's so beautiful. It's inconceivably beautiful and mystical, because there's a shot there of that. So you see Saraswati Thakur and the garland, and then Governor John Anderson. You see Goswami Maharaj, no garland. And Gurudev telling Goswami Maharaj loved Gurudev very much. As Guru Maharaj says in the Pranam, the Guru Gan Ashisha Shambhushitam. Lest you think, as they say, Sridhar Maharaj, he's so attached to Govinda Maharaj. Right? They would say, Madhava Maharaj say, Sridhar Maharaj, you make a great advisor to the king, but not a good king. You know, but when he got Govinda Maharaj, they say, uh-oh, what's going to happen? Now he's got someone. So now he's going to start promoting Sridhar Maharaj. Now he's got a good, right arm assistant. But still, so Goswami Maharaj, he loved Govinda Maharaj so much, and Govinda Maharaj making engagements. When Guru Maharaj more or less retired, then he make engagement, take Goswami Maharaj and other great Maharaj from disciples of Saraswati Thakur. So Govinda Maharaj is looking at the parent, he goes, oh, I know why you don't have a garland. And Goswami Maharaj, not necessary for me to have a garland. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur has a garland. Governor John Anderson, our VIP guest, has a garland. Not necessary. No, you must have a garland. You are a Prakrita Prabhu, descended in the Nityananda Bangsha line. So normally we say they are Prakrita, but Saraswati Thakur, it shows his brilliance and also little humor. We called him a Prakrita Prabhu. So he's A.B. He used that. Prabhupada took that from him. He's calling A.B. Goswami. They go, all right, I'm A.C. And Goswami Maharaj started, because British like K.K., this, used his initials. So anyway, he said, no, everything's fine. And Gurudev, no, they must give you garland. You are Bhakti Saranga Goswami, you are Prakrita Prabhu, Nityananda, they would give you garland. But I am thinking, the garland man, he was late. And so there were two garlands. So he gave one to you, one to Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur, one to you, and then you took your garland and you gave it to Governor John Anderson. That's what this picture reveals. And Goswami Maharaj said, oh, you are now in the terrain of Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur. And what he means, and particularly Sarartha Darshini Deepika Teek of Vishwanath, he's always finding some little thing that just seems like a detail in Krishna Lila, or in the speech of Krishna, the Braja Gopis, or what is being described in the Bhagavatam, and extracting the highest sort of siddhanta and understanding from that one thing. The sun rose in the eastern horizon. Then Vishwanath will tell us, what does that indicate? So he's saying, now you're in that zone of Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur. And so Guru Gun, that means the Guru section, Ashisha Sambhushitam. So if you say, oh, Srila Maharaj, he has this unconditional love and affection for Srila Govinda Maharaj, so he's saying he's so wonderful and all these things, but he's blinded by his love and affection for Govinda Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj, knowing that, he's saying, no, in this first line he's saying, it's not just me. Or if you think, Gurva Bhista Supur, he fulfilled all the desires of his Gurudev. So therefore, no, not just me. Yes, that is true. Every desire I ever had, Govinda Maharaj fulfilled that desire. But not, I am just saying, because I'm blinded by my love and affection for him. But Guru Ganai Ashisha Sambhushitam, all my God brothers, he also is he has their blessings. They know who he is too, not just his guru, who naturally will be promoting him, but they are all singing the glories of Govinda Maharaj as well. When some disciple of Madhava Maharaj say, why why so much praise is going to Govinda Maharaj, to his guru, Maharaj, saying, why are you praising him so much? Like, I'm your disciple. Why don't you pray? You're praising Govinda Maharaj more than you're praising your own disciples. And Maharaj said, I must. How can I not? You see the type of service he is doing for Srila Maharaj. That is the most praiseworthy thing. Right? And Kesava Maharaj. Oh, I was going to say, again on that line of seeing the subtle things. That on Ban Maharaj's Vyas Puja, Vrindavan, and Goswami Maharaj is there, and he's also good at this. And Govinda Maharaj is young, he's in the young, and Goswami Maharaj is giving some, what's the word for something that can be two ways? Huh? No, not ambiguous. It means it can be interpreted in two ways. Anyway, I'll think of it. No, it's open to be interpreted in more than one way. So he's speaking this glorification, but everything he's saying, you could interpret it another way, which let's just say was less than glorifying. Huh? Double entendre, thank you. Double entendre. For the French. Oh, there's no French people. I forgot. Anyway, yeah, double entendre, double meaning. And so Ban Maharaj is sitting there, and he knows no one's going to get it. They're only going to see the glorifying part. But then he's looking around the room, and then he makes eye contact with Govinda Maharaj, and he can see Govinda Maharaj gets it. He's the junior, but he is tuned in. He's fully and Baba. He's appreciating that. So that's an example. And then later, and Gurudev, we know, he did this all the time. He could say, he's a simple-hearted Vaishnava. And it could be a very high, like Sharil. Rupa Goswami says one of the qualities of a Vaishnava. But he could say simple-hearted Vaishnava to mean something else. Or someone's coming, they go, Gurudev, so-and-so, he may be coming. And he goes, if he can come, that will be very nice. And if he does not come, that will be even better. And many, many, many things like that. But so, and I would see this mastery of the double entendre. And once I was writing of Raghunath Goswami, and you see the supremely clever banter from Krishna and the Braja Gopis, and then they're doing it. They can glorify Krishna, but it's actually an insult. And that makes Krishna, they're saying, oh, you descended in the world to save all the fallen souls, and you are the charja of despicable behavior. And then I saw all these things they're saying, and the double entendre of the Braja Gopis, it's from their mind. You're saying, how can they do that? And it's making Krishna happy. It's not an insult. It's because of their love, the depth of their love. They can speak to him like this. And Krishna himself, Kaviraj Goswami says in the beginning of Charitamrita, he said, the Vedas are just praising me non-stop, 24 hours a day, since before the beginning of time. Right? Saying, you and your innumerable avatars, you descend in this world and rescue the fallen souls. All your movements are divine. We're singing your praises, the Vedas, the Upanishads. And they're going on like that, non-stop. Right? And what does Krishna say there? He said, but if my beloved, Radharani, she's chastising me, he said, my mind is captured by that. I no longer hear the prayers and the praise of the hymns and the Vedas. I'm captured by the loving chastisement of my beloved. That's the insight into Krishna conception. So when I read this part, and I thought, I was thinking like, I've heard this before. Where have I heard this? I went, oh, Gurudev, he does this. And I thought, he is qualified to enter there and participate in those pastimes. They're not looking for tourists, right? Who can enter that plane and contribute? And I thought, he can do that. He could enter there and say something that would make them all laugh, that would be that irreverent thing that's like, was it praise or was it like, he can do that. And I thought, oh my Lord, he's qualified to enter that plane and be a part of that group. So, and Srila Guru Maharaj knows better than me, but he did tell me to assist others in understanding the glories of Srila Govinda Maharaj, because he was content to always be in the background arranging the service of Srila Guru Maharaj. That's his only concern. Right. Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, say more Sampada, say more Bhajana Puja, say my Bhajan, my Puja, say more my mantra, my japa, my vrata, my tapa. What did I learn sitting at the feet of Govinda Maharaj? That is the service of the lotus feet of the Rupa Nugadara. That is our bhajan, our pujan, our mantra, our japa, our tapa, our vrata. Whatever we encounter in that service, it's all those things to us. We're not off, in isolation doing some mantra, japa, tapa, saying, no, we serve the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj. That's our mantra. That's our japa, our tapa, our vrata, our bhajan, our pujan. That's why this current was flowing in him as well. So, and what is it like? Because we think of, like we heard Saraswati Thakur saying, if he looks very deeply, saying, Bhakti Vinod as Gadadhar Pandit, Gaurkishore as Babija Maharaj as Swarup Damodar, and by, what do you say, implication, Radharani and Lalita Saki, in my conception. And comparisons are odious, but unless it's true. That's another thing. If it's truth, right? And Gurudev told, after so many years, they went to Hapania with Babaji Maharaj, Achyutananda was there, Jaja Maharaj, other, and Jajavar Maharaj and Babaji Maharaj said, we take this as Barshana, meaning Radharani's place. In other words, they're saying, we see Guru Maharaj like Radharani. Saraswati Thakur is Radharani. We see him that way. To say that about your godbrother is something, then again. Their guru is Saraswati Thakur, saying, no, but we see Sridhar Maharaj like that. We're taking Hapania as Barshana. Right? Meaning seeing Guru Maharaj as Radharani's delegation. And that is the vision of Srila Gurudev. That is our vision. Then you say, but he is our Guru. How shall we see? And what happy adjustment can be made? That if Saraswati Thakur can see Bhakti Vinod and Gaurkishore in this way, then it will be okay. More than okay. If we say, Guru Maharaj is Radharani and Gurudev is Lalita Saki. And not that it's just, then there's reason to believe this, right? Radha Mukunda Parasambhava Garma Bindo Nirmanchano Pakarani Krita Deha Laksham Utunga Sohrada Vijesha Vikshat Pragobam Devim Gunai Sulalitam Lalitam Namami. Rupa Goswami singing the glories of Lalita Saki. And if this is the first verse, and it is, then it has even more significance. There are others and they're all beautiful, but if he starts with this, then you can understand. Sri Rupa is telling you to conceive along these lines. He's telling you, this is where you begin your vision. You may look here or there. No, take it from Sri Rupa. This is how she shall be seen and appreciated and glorified. And what does he say about Lalita Saki? That the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, Radha Mukunda, if in their divine pastime, she's not concerned. If she sees a drop of sweat, she will assume Deho Laksham, 100,000 bodies. She will expand 100,000 times to remove that, to make sure there's not the slightest disturbance in that plane. Her vision is not cast elsewhere. She's saying, any possible disturbance, I will expand myself 100,000 times to remove that, so that not the least disturbance will come to them. Again, I thought, where have I seen this? I've seen this. I've experienced, where did I see this? Oh, I saw it in Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj. His same approach to the service of the holy lotus feet of Guru Maharaj. Not the least disturbance will enter that plane. Guru Maharaj will be upstairs. Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram, Prapana Jivanamritam, golden volcanoes, subjective evolution, Gayatri, Muralista, Kirtana Dhanam, Radha Padam Dhimai, all these things will be coming out of Srila Guru Maharaj because Govinda Maharaj is making sure not the least disturbance will enter that plane. And whatever that is, he will take it upon himself and not as a burden or reluctantly, but happily, that once he knows something is the service of the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, he is eager for that. Right? So he's, Guru Maharaj in the upper plane, like Pujala Ragapat, Gaurava Bange, Matala Sarujana Vyashaya Range. And Gurudev downstairs, moving in the plane of the mat, like Lalita Saki, arranging all the different services, so not the least disturbance will enter Guru Maharaj's domain. And all those streaming, wonderful streaming Krishna conception and Gaur Katha will come from Srila Guru Maharaj. So he enabled all of that. And how? With the least resources. So many devotees, they only know the mat after everybody came. I remember when one devoted some money for a pump. They had a tube well. And someone gave a donation. This is in 1980. Right? Gave some money so that instead of pumping like this, there would be, the water could come out. And what did Govinda Maharaj do? He arranged a feast. And receive the pump, they're like, woo, they're doing the puja, we're gonna have the installation of the pump, and then a big feast afterwards. Many things like that. So, and how was things going on up to that point? Srila Govinda Maharaj's intelligence, because he had the least amount of resources. Guru Maharaj was reluctant to make a mat, so he made something very small, in deference to the wishes of Srila Saraswati Thakur. So Keshava Maharaj had more resources. He said, myself, Tirtha Maharaj, Madhav, we've got men, money, resources, and what we're unable to do, Govinda Maharaj does with his intelligence. That sort of praise came from Srila Keshava Maharaj toward him. Saying, we, the leading disciples of Saraswati Thakur, what we couldn't do with all of our manpower and our resources, Govinda Maharaj has done with his intelligence. So what does Guru Maharaj say? Guru Ganai Ashish Sambhushitam. Hey, not just me, all my God brothers, he's also ornamented. Wearing like an ornament their blessings. And then I feel compelled to say this moment, that means he looks even more beautiful. So Gurudev liked this, like Govinda Bidam Ujvalam Bharatanum Bhaktan Bidam Sundaram. And the way he said it, he said, what does this mean? He said, and looking very nice. Because you say, ornamented with these ones. He said, yes, but also looking very nice. Like Pundarik Vidyanidhi looking at himself in a mirror. So in all these different ways. Right? And of course, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he saw Govinda Maharaj as his child. He had so much love and affection for him. Eating breakfast together, sending him out to distribute his Back to Godhead magazines, and telling him like, oh, when they say this, then you say that, And because the thing about Ma Kali came up. And he said, what should I do? And he said, you tell him, Yanti Deva Vrta Devan Pitrinya, Gita, Bhutani Yanti, look, who are her associates? Or Durga Devi, don't you see, she's standing on that sword. How many heads? Mahakali's wearing in a garland. You want your head to be there. You tell them. Yes, Swami Maharaj. The original distributor of Back to Godhead magazine is Govinda Maharaj. And when long at last, then Swami Maharaj became the worldwide in charge of distributing Krishna consciousness all over the world, realizing, fulfilling Mahaprabhu's prediction, the prediction and dream of Saraswati Thakur, of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the order of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What did Gurudev say about that? He said that Saraswati Thakur was like Superman. He said that. And then Swami Maharaj, he said, then took it and spread it all over the world, because he got the order from his Gurudev. So then it comes time. Prabhupada has spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And now he's going to inaugurate the opening of the ISKCON Mayapur Chandradoya Mandir, be the world headquarters, the flagship center of ISKCON, and deity installation. So what is Prabhupada's idea? Like, what would be the best way to do that? Like, who will be the guest of honor? There's only one person in Prabhupada's mind who that will be, and it's Om Vishnupad Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami. And with Govinda Maharaj, because Sridhar Maharaj means Govinda Maharaj, like Gaur Nitai. You can't separate one from the other. That's a fault. Anyone who thinks like that, it's a fault. Guru Maharaj withdraws from you. He can withdraw also. As he can mercifully imbue, he can withdraw. Right? So Prabhupada says he will have Govinda Maharaj bring Sridhar Maharaj for the opening. And because later when the devotees say, what should we do for the installation, Prabhupada? He said, Sridhar Maharaj has arrived, the deities are installed. Next question. Should we go like this or like that? How do we twirl them, or is there some? No, Sridhar Maharaj has arrived, they're installed. Understand that. And we've seen in the famous picture where the only person in history that Prabhupada ever shared a Vyasa-san with, right? The only person in history he ever said was his Shiksha Guru. Right? He didn't tell this about anybody and everybody. Right? There they are, sharing the Vyasa-san, saying how they met, and Guru Maharaj gives his talk. His health not so good at the time, but he gives an extraordinary talk. That's for another time. I mentioned it recently. And Prabhupada saying many wonderful things. But then the both of them, they want to hear from Govinda Maharaj. And Babaji Maharaj was there on the side. So they get, Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Babaji, Krishna's Babaji Maharaj. Right? Over in the corner with his mouth going, Hare Krishna, like nonstop. And so now they want, and Gurudev said, he thought, I'm taking Guru Maharaj there, and assisting Guru Maharaj as always, but he did not expect to speak. But then Guru Maharaj Swami, they want to hear from him. And you see, so not expecting to speak, not having prepared anything mentally, like, what shall he say? And this is like the inauguration, this is it. This is that moment. It will only come once in your life. Right? What would be appropriate to say? How to appropriately glorify Prabhupada, and always remembering his guru is sitting there, Sridhar Maharaj as well. Is there a way they can both be glorified? Right? Do you have to dismiss one to glorify the other? Isn't there a way they can all be glorified that would be pleasing to the Guru Varga? And what should be said? And then take into consideration who is Guru Maharaj, who is Prabhupada, what he's done, what their relation, all these things. He's the qualified person to rise to the occasion at that moment. Right? And what does he do? He selects, and see how his heart expresses itself. And so when he quote, Raghupati Upadhyay, there he goes, Samprati, what is it? Katayatami, Samprati Katayatami say, Samprati Kova Pratitamayatu, Gopa Gopa Viduti Kunje, Gopa Viduti Vitam Brahma. Gopa Tanaya Kunje, Gopa Viduti Vitam Brahma. Kam Prati Katayitam Ishe. Just slow down. Kam Prati Katayitam Ishe. Samprati Kova Pratitamayatu. He said, he began, and we told, as soon as he said this, Guru Maharaj said, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj went, Hare Krishna! Because he knows what it means already. You know. So Babaji Maharaj is saying, oh, this is perfect. Others, they've never even heard this before. They don't know where this is going. But Babaji Maharaj knows. So he lets out, Hare Krishna, his joyous chant. And he's saying, and what is Govinda Maharaj saying? Like, who can I tell? Who will believe me? Like, when we ate breakfast together, and he offered me puris and sabji, and I said, I'll eat muri, and he said, you're simply cheating your stomach. And he gave me the back to Godhead, Abai Babu, who gave his house for Guru Maharaj's little preaching center. Right, who we know, who treated me like his son with so much love and affection, that our Abai Babu, Abai Charananda, he would become His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Will anyone believe it? Is there anyone qualified to hear this? And if I told them, would they believe me? Right? Because the original verse, he's saying, if I told you, what is Krishna? That Krishna who's crawling in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj and then onto the lap of Yashoda, sucking her breast milk. That Param Brahma, the yogis are trying to reach him, the Brahmavadis, the Gyanis, everyone. They want the Param Brahma. And would anyone believe me? Is anyone qualified here? If I told him, what's the Param Brahma do? Personally, what is he doing? He's chasing after the gopi girls in the bushes of Vrindavan? Would anyone believe that? Is there anyone qualified to hear that without their minds being destroyed or becoming offensive? Guru Maharaj said, no, when Mahaprabhu comes, people will hear it, they'll believe it. So, but Govinda Maharaj is saying, and he uses it to glorify Swami Maharaj. Who can I tell? Who would believe me? Who I've known so affectionately. He spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Is there anything more wonderful than that? And Swami Maharaj is very happy to hear that. And he also told, and my Guru Dev, Srila Maharaj, he regards him as his Shiksha Guru and me as his loving, affectionate son. And what did Prabhupada Swami Maharaj say? What Govinda Maharaj says is true. I accept his Guru Maharaj as my Shiksha Guru and him as my loving, affectionate son. But he didn't say accepted all the things he said about him, because he's a humble Vaishnava, but he's loving that. And Bhakti Vinod and Saraswati Thakur is loving hearing it. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Krishna, they're all smiling upon that transaction and happy to hear that. Guru Ganai Ashisha Sambhushitam, because Govinda Maharaj is ornamented with all their blessings. He wears them as a decoration. And humbly keeping his ecstatic emotional interior in check, not to express before everyone, lest the lower section be misled. But it's there, and always there. And I've told, sometimes in a humorous way, remember, Braja Gopis are also very funny. They're the funniest. They have the most sweet, delightful humor and it's ontologically based. It's Siddhantically perfect, but very funny. You know? And he, again, shows that. And I told when, we were talking earlier, that we bought like all the sweets from the sweet shop to show. We're giving the Mahaprabhu and Gaur Purnima, and I bought diabetic ones for Gurudev. He would like seeing them and their beauty and seeing that they're being offered to Mahaprabhu, but he'll take the diabetic ones. So that time came and he couldn't take all the things. But sometimes we're privileged to take prasadam with him on his veranda, and you know, the Bengali boys, when they're cooking, they have to make so many things and they get excited, some inspiration, but then maybe they made something he can't take. But they still want to distribute, and they come and, is the mic working? Okay. I don't even know where it is. Okay, but if you say, Vasudev, from Jnanam, Vasudev, you know, it must be true. So, anyway, so they would like walk by Guru and like hiddenly like drop it on our plate and then go. You know. And then Gurudev normally takes prasadam in silence. And this time he's saying, like, he's going, oh, Radharani is very unhappy. I'm going like, what? And he's singing the song, you know, in Bengali. And I go, Mars, what is that? He looked like he'd want me to ask. And he goes, oh, Maharaj, Radharani is very unhappy. And I'm like, why is she unhappy? You know, like, we got to put a stop to that right away. And he said, because Krishna, he is not only, he's going to the house of another gopi, but she's in her like veranda, balcony, and he's going in her courtyard so that she can see he's going to the house of another gopi. It would be better if he kept it a secret. But he's going in front of her, flaunting like that, and going to the house of another. Radharani is very unhappy. And what does he mean? He's saying, it's bad enough they're giving you this wonderful prasadam, but that they have to, like, they bring it right in front of me and then put it on your plate. But see, so it shows you the vision of Mahabharata. This is the very simple thing of the world. But what does it trigger? The response from his heart is this song, beautiful song about Radharani being on. So that is his world. That is his domain. And he's very mercifully sometimes descending from there to deal with us, because he sees us as extensions of the lotus feet of his Guru Maharaj. So not to neglect and to be very tolerant, but he's saying, oh, they can, and who is Guru Maharaj's delegate? Radharani. All Radharani based. And the last thing I want to say is that, which means it's probably the second or third, I'm going to say, but just like if people are, you know, really it's meant to be the last thing that I say, was that, like here we're very fortunate, this divine environment with lotus flowers, the champak trees, and the kokil, that's the kokil. So we hear them, and when I hear them, it reminds me of Gurudev. And also what he told me about the poetry of Srila Rupa Goswami. And he said, remember when he was a child, because I know like him getting up at 3 every day, 3:30, resting again, but up. And one day he told me, he said, oh, that from my childhood, I am habituated. He said, and he would go crawl on the lap of his father would go, shh, like, don't wake up mom. You know, and he'd be there, and his father was teaching him the mantras from Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Sanskrit. And he knew them all from childhood. And so many slokas early in the morning, some mood would be there, deep. with Vaishnava Maharaj in London, we would go early, like 3:30, and Gurudev would be there chanting slokas from the Antya Leela of Charitamritam, Gita Govinda, other places, and we, Vaishnava Maharaj and I, considered ourselves very fortunate to be there. And Vaishnava Maharaj said, we are like chatak birds. The chatak only takes water from the rain cloud. It won't drink water from any other source. So Rupa Goswami says that's the position of the devotee. They only go to the source for their nourishment. Even if there's lightning, thunder, they don't seek another shelter, another source. So anyway, he said that, so we're in Navadip, and the kokils are making their beautiful sound, right? And Gurudev listened, and he said, why two males are competing for the affection of the female? And he said, when in my childhood, he said, before we had any clock or watch even, understand where he grew up, in Bamanpur, which means Brahmanpur, means like, the city of Brahmins. Everyone there is a Brahmin. No clock, no watch, no timepiece. And he said, how do we tell time? From the sky, stars, the sky, those things. And the sounds of the kokils and other birds. And in classic Gurudev fashion, he says, so when I hear certain sounds and observe certain signs, he said, then I knew it was time to get up and eat muri. Not just time to rise, time to get up and eat muri. Puffed rice, So, but then he said, but the sound of the kokil, and it harbingers of like springtime, different things, and it has a special meaning in the poetry of Srila Rupa Goswami. And we told the other day, Srinivasa Acharya in his prayers and glorification of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, saying, Kujat ko kilahangsa sarasagana kirne mayura kule. It's very beautiful. He's saying, what are the sounds of Vrindavan? The ku, that means a sweet sound. Ku, kuji, kokil. The kokil, cuckoo, that bird. What is it here in Thailand? That bird. Anyway, it's the cuckoo in the West. They have, but kokil in Sanskrit. And hangsa means swan. Mayur means peacock. We're now hearing peacocks in the morning. So the kokil, it's a very sweet sound, and is said to be variously described as reminiscent of the liquid sweetness of the voice of Krishna. Because what they do when you have the two, they're going, they start going back and forth, and they try to do sweeter, 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 sweeter. So that's the voice of Krishna. You listen, and the next time, it's like before but sweeter, like before but sweeter, like before but sweeter. More sweet, more seductive, more charming. So it's reminiscent of the voice. Sometimes the voice of Radharani is also compared like that. But in this context, the voice of Krishna, the liquid sweetness of the kokil. And then Gurudev told, he said, in the poetry of Rupa Goswami, this one line is there, he goes, Kurvata kila kokila kula ujjvala kalanadam jaimini iti jalpati sa vishadam. That mysteriously, when hearing the sound of the kokil, Srimati Radharani starts going, Jaimini, Jaimini, Jaimini. She's praying to Jaimini Rishi to save her. Like desperately, Jaimini, Jaimini, Jaimini. And Gurudev explained, and it is the habit of the people in Vrindavan that when there is thunder and lightning, maybe you'll be struck dead. So when the thunder and lightning come, you take the name of Jaimini Rishi, and if you will chant Jaimini, Jaimini, you'll be saved from being struck by thunder and lightning. But this is very peculiar. Abhi wrote Alankar, the juxtaposition of, right? But the sound of the kokil is so sweet. We're told it is like the liquid sweetness of the voice of Sri Krishna himself. Why, hearing that, is she saying, Jaimini, save me, Jaimini? Because in separation, the sound, that which brings about the remembrance of the voice of Krishna, is like thunder and lightning striking the heart of Radharani. She may not survive. That's the intensity of her level of separation. So she's chanting, Rupa Goswami said, Jaimini, Jaimini, iti, jopati sabishadam, to be saved. So just hearing the sound of the kokil outside the window awaken this sort of remembrance in the heart of Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj. And to conclude with this, what he awakens in the hearts of others. And that you all know, and that will be spoken or addressed to. Everyone who's been had the good fortune to be bathed in his merciful, loving, affectionate glance. But in service to the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, he is sent to one village for collection, like they still do. The potato collection and the rice collection, mainly rice and potatoes and dal. So he, in Raradesh, which is actually where he and Guru Maharaj are from, that part, section, right? It's not Radha, it's Rara, but that's a Bengali thing. And it means where the Ganga does not flow. But some special mercy went there because they go, why so many, considered inauspicious, where the Ganga, it's at that place where the Ganga does not flow or the Pandavas did not visit in exile, inauspicious. So what does Mahaprabhu do? He sends Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Mukunda, even Nityananda, all the great devotees, so many come from there. So everything is not what it may seem at first. And then Guru Maharaj Gurudev, and so many great devotees. It's an excuse to send the best, in a sense. Those who have Ganga-like prem streaming from their hearts, have them appear there. So he goes to one town. I can't remember the name right now, And in that town, like every town in India, there's someone who's like the richest man in the town. And usually it can be, the local people can go, oh, Baba, my wife, and like, all right, here, they give something. Right? Like the kings wore gold, it looks like a snake of gold going around their arm. So when the people would come, the king and the queen listen, and then they break off a piece of gold and give it to that person, and then the next person comes. Because gold is very soft. This is gold, pure gold. So they uncurl, that's a double. Give it to them. So that system is there in India, the leading man in the town, But in this town, that person with the wealth is a notorious miser. He won't give anybody anything. So when Govinda Maharaj comes, the local boys, they're saying, Govinda, I have come from Chaitanya Saraswat Mat for Gaur Purnima, and they go, you'll get nothing. This guy, he's a total miser. You're not going to leave here with a grain of rice, okay? Oh no, well, by Guru Maharaj in service to his lotus feet. All right, we got to see. We want to see how humiliated you're going to be when you come away empty-handed. Let's join the fun, right? They're all following Govinda Maharaj. And he goes in and preaches to the man, and they're thinking they can't wait to see him come out with his tail between his legs, so to speak, humiliated, head hung in shame, as he will leave the town empty-handed. And rather, what do they see? That bullock cart, packed to like overflowing, and it's ready to collapse. And Govinda Maharaj with his head hung, leaving town, and they're going, what happened? And they're telling that man, you're a miser, you won't give anything to anyone. What happened? Look at him. What happened in there? And that man said, he filled my heart with supernatural joy. I would have given him more if he asked for it. So there's what's in the heart of Srila Gurudev and what he is able to transfer into hearts of others, and that's fully Krishna Prema Bija Pradam. Guru Maharaj said, what is it really? The seeds of Krishna Prema. He's distributing those seeds affectionately, mercifully, tolerantly to one and all. The seeds of Krishna Prema, of divine love and affection. And it's a gift from the heart of Srila Govinda Maharaj to the heart of all of his disciples, followers, friends, God, everyone, to the whole animation. So no more auspicious time than the descent of Srila Gurudev into this world, and then his absence by the pull of affection upon the heart and separation. He will pull us into that upper world, in that higher domain of service where Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and the Guru Varga are there, and Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Radha Govinda, everyone. That dancing plane where he is charming everyone. I said he could charm the hood off of a cobra. He's charming everyone to follow him into that sweet domain. Jai Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Goswami Maharaj Tirobhav Mahamahotavati Ki Jai. Now I ask for the secretary of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, as given that position by Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj, to say some words in glorification of Srila Gurudev.
Jai Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, and Jai Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, who has made what is very often for me a sad day into a happy day by hearing these glorifications of Srila Guru Maharaj, of Srila Govinda Maharaj. And this year it is the 10th anniversary of Gurudev's disappearance. And 10 years passed by. In some ways, to me, it is inconceivable that it is so long. And on other occasions when we're thinking, it feels like forever, like a lifetime. In fact, since Gurudev's disappearance from the world. So very first of all, Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. And Vanchakaupatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I did have one or two things to say, but then I got so absorbed listening to Goswami Maharaj, I can sit and listen all day. And one thing that Goswami Maharaj pointed out, how did Guru Maharaj gain so much grace? One of the ways he got so much grace from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was that he glorified Srila Saraswati Thakur's Guru. But also, I have some other way of seeing, not to contradict that, of course, but some other way of seeing our relationship with Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, that I felt in my own case and in the case of other devotees, that Guru Maharaj was very pleased and gave some special grace because we gave so much recognition to Srila Govinda Maharaj.
Yes.
And it didn't strike me at first. It just felt like a very normal thing because our relationship with Guru Maharaj was through Gurudev, through Govinda Maharaj, from the first hours of being in Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, essentially. And so it was so natural that we have appreciation for Govinda Maharaj. And Govinda Maharaj, that time, he's young, and he's, I can't say one of us, but he's young and thin and energetic and lively, and he's obviously, in charge of everything that's taking place. With the Bengalis, quite strict and strong, you can say.
Yeah.
And with the Westerners, you can say very affectionate and maybe even trying to understand like where we're coming from, as they say, in this way. But they were inseparable from the beginning in coming to Srila Guru Maharaj. But one incident happened that after being in India for the 82, 83 time, then Srila Guru Maharaj, after the Gaurapanima of 83, he sent me to Malaysia, which is very close to here. He sent me to Malaysia, where at that time there were many changes in the geography of the temples or the allegiance of temples around the world, because many things had happened in the main structure of the Krishna consciousness movement. And Guru Maharaj called me up to his, not room, his veranda, and he said to me, Mahananda, in Malaysia we have one temple and one devotee. I want you to go to Malaysia and help with the temple and devotee there. So this way I went to Malaysia. And Malaysia, as you know, it's close to India. Though, interestingly, everybody was poor in those days. And I went to Malaysia first by ship, by the unreserved train down to Madras, and then the Chidambaram passenger ship, which it's an Indian passenger ship. You have to factor all this in, because we didn't have enough money for a flight between us. I didn't have any money, and it was Dayada Gauranga who was taking me over.
Then he swam and you were on the ship.
Well, also by going on the ship, we got as many books as we could at that time, so very heavy things to take. But the point is, it's quite close to India, and Guru Maharaj saying, you come back for the festivals and come to India whenever you can, but now your savior is there. So we would come, myself, I would come, or Dayada would come. So somebody was there in the temple, basically. So sometimes we're not able to come for every festival. Then principally it was two festivals, Gaurapanima and Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja. These two festivals in the year were the main events. And then one year, then I wasn't able to come for the Gaurapanima because Dayada Gauranga was coming. So later on in the year, when it was quiet, and it was perhaps July or something, then Dayadha said, okay, now you have a chance to go, you go there to India. When I came to India, I'm with Guru Maharaj. We've come, of course, we're coming to see Guru Maharaj, our Guru, and we are with him for some days, and I was perhaps 8 days in India, not a long time, but a short time that time. But then one day Guru Maharaj asked, so when are you returning to Malaysia? And I said to him, Guru Maharaj, my flight, we did have a flight that time, but the flight is such and such a day. But I said to Maharaj, with your permission, can I go 1 day earlier to Calcutta, because I'm missing Srila Govinda Maharaj, and I feel here he's in Calcutta, and with your permission, I may just go to give my respect to him, because we've come here to Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And I felt that's just very natural. You're coming to meet Guru Maharaj, but we're coming to meet Gurudev, and he's not there at the temple. It was a quiet time, and he's doing some duty in Calcutta. And anyhow, Guru Maharaj said, yes, you do like that, I'm happy. But then I was surprised that he arranged, who became Damodar Maharaj, Subal Sakha Prabhu, he arranged for him to go with me to Calcutta. And I said, Guru Maharaj, I'm happy, I can find my way around. But Guru Maharaj said, no, he will go with you. And so Subal Sakha Prabhu at that time, he took me, and we met with Gurudev where he was in Calcutta, everything very happy. But I sometimes remember this in particular, because I felt that this was part of why Guru Maharaj was pleased, you can say. So getting something of the grace of Guru Maharaj by the appreciation of his dearmost devotee.
Yeah.
So Maharaj was saying before about Guru is as good as
it
God.
It goes in both directions.
In both directions, yes. Guru is as good as God, and also how are we coming to God? Through his devotees.
Yeah.
And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, our Guru Maharaj, then he's our Guru Maharaj, but we are appreciating his devotees as, not an artificial thing, as an automatic thing. So we, with some like feedback, unexpected, if you like, feedback in this way, then also understood more and more the glories of Srila Govinda Maharaj, and then presently in 1985, Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja time was the time when Guru Maharaj gave sannyas to Srila Govinda Maharaj. Not that Govinda Maharaj was wanting at all, but rather Srila Govinda Maharaj is avoiding Guru Maharaj, his request to take sannyas year by year, because Govinda Maharaj, he said, I know what Guru Maharaj is doing, and I don't want to think about the time after he has left from this world. We will manage everything in due course of time. But Guru Maharaj that year absolutely insisted, and we are there with Gurudev, we are there throughout that period. And Gurudev then was with Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj told him in Bengali, no, you must take sannyas tomorrow, and if you don't take sannyas tomorrow, I shall leave from this world. And then Gurudev understood that now that time has come, he must receive sannyas from Guru Maharaj. And so a very strong, forceful transmission from Guru Maharaj to Gurudev, and then presently at the next Gaura Purnima of 1986, when all of the senior sannyasis, both in India and worldwide, were gathered. And then at that time, Srila Guru Maharaj very publicly, and with the cameras, etc., then very publicly, he appointed Srila Govinda Maharaj. He said, from now on, I retire, and I am putting him in my chair. Whatever regard you have for me, you have that of him. This is my consideration of Srila Govinda Maharaj. And so on that day, we also witnessed very much that way that Guru Maharaj's desire, long-time desire, manifested in the continuation of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's line, that current, that will come through Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Now, in remembrance of one dear devotee who's passed away, Shruta Shravar Prabhu, Sripad Vaishnava Maharaj, he used to often say, I'm just a truck driver. Well, I can put up my hand and say, well, I was just Gurudev's car driver.
So, maybe a very high position truck driver.
Oh yes, it's higher than a car driver.
Right.
By
Daruka,
at least 2 meters.
Krishna's truck driver. Krishna's Arjun's truck driver.
But my position was the lowly car driver over the years. But we have been with Gurudev in a very natural environment, if you like. Being with him, family environment. Family environment is the most natural environment. When you're with family and all these things, really, that is the environment which is nourishing to the heart and which is fulfilling everything. And we sort of unknowingly, not really thinking, part of the family, but really when we reflect and we see and what we were feeling, we were very much made a family member, not by us stepping in the door, but by being brought in through the door and being accepted. And sometimes, really, especially the earlier years and all the way through, sometimes I felt, almost like poor Gurudev. After Guru Maharaj's disappearance in 1988 in August, Guru Maharaj was Gurudev's association. He was Gurudev's association. And after that, I used to think, poor Gurudev, he's only got us now. Like what a substitute. No substitute for Guru Maharaj, of course.
Yeah.
And so, but Gurudev, throughout Guru Maharaj's tenure, if you like, but in his own tenure, all the time, he's got not only myself, he's got his family, the family of devotees. And Gurudev, one thing about him, he did not like to be alone. He did not like to be alone. He wanted to have somebody with him always.
And that's, it shows you two personalities, Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, how they are connected and inseparable. Guru Maharaj, alone, no one, just his high thinking, one or two people can come. Gurudev, high thinking, it's like a bus station, surrounded by so many people at every moment.
By his wish also.
Yes, by his wish. It wasn't for, he's the opposite. So it's not that, this type of you have to be like this personality or that personality. Both are acceptable, right? And just see the two of them. In one sense, they're opposite. They're unified and their understanding and promotion, but their personalities are totally different and complementing one another.
So we have seen Gurudev, if you like, witnessing through Guru Maharaj's eyes how he is giving so much, giving everything, not only so much, everything to him, and giving all the certificates, what we've been hearing today from Srila Goswami Maharaj, some of these examples of Srila Gurudev's greatness, but also from our lowly side of being part of the family and what can I do? How can I help? What's needed? This kind of family relationship. In the family, you've always got somebody who needs to run around and do the things. So we were the run-arounders and doing the things in many ways. And we have seen that anything that Gurudev is giving instruction to do, anything he's saying, it is all honest and it's all for the best. Everything was actually honest and for the best. For what? For the service of Guru Maharaj, for the service of extending the glories of Guru Maharaj. And Gurudev didn't particularly like to be photographed, actually.
Yeah.
But Gurudev, and in the beginning we sort of tried to keep him a little protected, but Gurudev understood these photos, they are going everywhere, and what are they doing? Actually, they're in the glorification of Guru Maharaj. So many things he did, which weren't necessarily directly his personal preference, but it was all for service.
He told me when they take the pictures, he said, why are they sending me a picture of my face?
Oh, yes.
He said, what I want to see, if I'm preaching, I want to see, I'm on the side, and then you see 100 people that I'm, again, for the glory of the Mat and the not a close-up of my face. 20 different pictures of my face, and there's 500 people at the event, and you don't know that because you're seeing a picture of my face.
And really, some of his events were 500 people. Right. Some of his events were 5,000 people also, literally. And plus, that Moscow event was limited to how many?
Yeah, Avadut arranged it for 50,000, and then the government got nervous, and then they came and said, you can't do this. And he said, well, if you say we can't do it at all, that's going to look really bad for you. And the press and the journalist, Avadut Maharaj is very clever. So then they said, all right, you can, but you have to scale it down. So it ended up being 20,000 people. And Avadut Maharaj, in his humility, this huge event, he came and apologized to Gurudev for there only being 20,000 people.
Sorry, Gurudev, we're limited, we can't have so many people. Only 20,000 can attend. I better keep a gentle clock running, otherwise I'll lose time. So, Srila Gurudev, glorious at every step in whatever he did. And we all knew Gurudev as Indian. He was there, part of the mat. We knew him from Navadip, from Calcutta, and Hapanya. You can say, those kind of three places we can say, okay, everybody from the Western world's identity of Govinda Maharaj was Navadip primarily, Dum Dum Park in Calcutta.
Navadip, Calcutta mainly.
Navadip, Calcutta. But we have to say Hapanya, because actually, even though not very often, but several times we went to Hapanya with Gurudev. those were quality days. Gurudev, he was at home in Happania. He was very, very happy there. Happania is Guru Maharaj, Srila Maharaj's birthplace. And he was always actually like a boy in Happania.
Yeah.
That kind of mood, and
He's
with
in
Guru
his home.
Maharaj's brother, Amar Babu.
Amar Babu.
Like that. So we knew Gurudev, basically identity, was Indian, servitor of Guru Maharaj, and simple by nature, honest by nature. And then when some invitations started coming, oh, Govinda Maharaj, now please you come to the West. And in fact, invitations had come before, even headed by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Please you come to the West, Govinda Maharaj, and see the Western world, preach to the Western world.
And also, on this note, I had to say it for the sake of saying it, and would have thought, what if it was possible? The big what if. So once I said to Guru Maharaj, I already know what the answer is going to be. I said, but Guru Maharaj, so we're asking if you will come, if we can arrange, we'll do everything. We will arrange for you to go. Your Saraswati Thakur wanted you to go, and so I'm now asking you once, just to get it on the record that I asked. I'm saying, and we'll take care of everything. Can you come? And I know what he's going to say, but I said, can you come to the Western world? And he said, he's laughing, my Guru Maharaj, and then he said, I cannot go. He said, but I'll tell you this. He said, I will go to the Western world, and I will see everything through the eyes of Govinda Maharaj.
Right. So this way, from the time of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's invitation for him, Govinda Maharaj, to come to the West, then invitations had been coming during the direct presence of, manifest presence of Srila Guru Maharaj in the world. But Gurudev always said, Guru Maharaj is here. I cannot leave Guru Maharaj. It's impossible, which fully understandable. And then after Guru Maharaj's disappearance, and then after some months, then the development of the Samadhi Mandir of Guru Maharaj. And along with that, some other developments taking place in the mat, as well as the caring for, the settling of the whole mission, not just the buildings, but the devotees' hearts all over the world, etc. Srila Gurudev very much involved in the security of the mission, the mat, the developing of the temple. And then as Guru Maharaj's Samadhi Mandir, the temple of union in separation, came to completion, and then some other things were getting settled. Then after about 3 years, then Gurudev, he started to indicate that yes, I can go to the West. It may be possible. But then Gurudev didn't have a passport. He didn't have anything official to get a passport with, in the sense of birth certificate, marriage, like all license. These things which are or mortgage, or employment slips. All the kind of things you have to do to show that, to prove you exist. But we had Bengalis are known for being clever. Gurudev also explained about this, about their cleverness. And it's also in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Mahaprabhu was saying to Jagadananda Pandit, right? About, you be careful in one tract of land when you're going to Vrindavan. Right. Go accompanied by soldiers, because
highway robbers,
and they will capture the Bengalis, because they know they're smart, and they will keep them and use them to help their administration side. So Bengalis are smart, and we had one quite smart Bengali, and he loved to do this. He really loved to do this, to try to find a way to do the impossible with the authorities, and really none of us know it's going to happen, except Gurudev was also blessed that whatever he wants to happen, it will happen.
Satya Sankalpa. That's what Keshava Maharaj said about him. What he desires internally, it must come to pass.
And so his passport came to pass
Yeah.
And his father's name in the passport, Bhakti Roko Sridhar Maharaj.
Like Prabhupada Swami Maharaj, I saw his passport, the one he came to America in, and where it said Father Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
Beautiful.
Same thing.
So then step after step, and then still in the Western world, we know most of the world, even when Gurudev got his passport and got visas for traveling, somehow because his identity was so much like India, simple India, much of the world didn't believe he was actually going to come around the world. Really it's going to be so?
Yeah.
And then all credit to Mohanananda Prabhu and Sagar Maharaj,
yes,
for their putting into action
the
what
logistics.
was like in the logistics, and a little bit of the more impossibles had to be achieved also. Not only the impossible passport, but other impossibles. And then Gurudev, that's the rest is history. He
and what was the final tally?
Austria, 24 world tours. And you may, if those of you who know the dates, you may calculate in whichever way you like.
Yeah.
Gurudev's calculation is 24 world tours. He actually came out of India more than that, but he...
Whether it qualifies to be a world tour or not.
Right, whether it qualifies, and also some was world tour, whatever it is, A and B, because he went half here, came back to India, had his Vyasa Puja, half, and then come back. So this was...
So 24 in how many years?
From 1992 to
2010.
2010, so 18 years. And some of them were extensive for many months, and some of them a little shorter. But this, I'm mentioning this because this is another, not chapter, but another volume of the book of Srila Gurudev's glories. You know, we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have the Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, Anti Leela. Yeah. This was like a whole section of Gurudev's life where he is bringing Guru Maharaj. He is bringing Guru Maharaj around the world, and Guru Maharaj is seeing through him also, we can say that.
Same, both ways, yes.
Yeah. And so this is how so much of the world got to actually have a relationship, a personal relationship with him. Even though many, they were able to come to India, but many were not able to come to India and would have some communication. But this was a greatly nourishing time for the worldwide devotees. Again, doing what, as Srila Goswami Maharaj so clearly pointed out, presenting Guru Maharaj, presenting Guru Maharaj, presenting Guru Maharaj, presenting Guru Maharaj, presenting Srila Saraswati Thakur, presenting our line. So we are so fortunate to be able to remember something of the really exalted line that we are connected with in our journey, our life journey, which has taken us through so many species, now as a human, and now as a human connected with such great personalities who not only friendly, accommodating, generous to the extreme, not seeing anybody's fault, only the good part inside them, but those are, you can say, all good qualities in themselves, but all in relation to what? To taking the Jiva souls, the fallen Jiva souls, back from the lowest place to the highest place. The mission of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Veerachandra, the mission coming through Rupa Goswami to the present day, to our Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, our Gurudev, and through to the present time. This is the connection of the wires, of the current of our line, our family, our sampradaya. This is the generator, this is the origin, the source of the energy, the source of the connection from the upper world to this world, coming from the highest place, and we can say down through such personalities. But Gurudev, seeing how Guru Maharaj, his contribution is he's putting it as more than such and such, such and such, naming so many great personalities that are world famous, including recently it was Ramanujacharya's, I forget, appearance or disappearance. Well, actually both were recently, appearance and then disappearance, I think. And then Gurudev very clearly, saying Ramanujacharya so famous everywhere, and Guru Maharaj much more than that. With all respect to Ramanujacharya,
Yeah.
but who was Guru Maharaj? And maybe his fame as in terms of numbers and thousands of people coming, etc., to see him is less in quantity. But Gurudev said, in time, people will come to understand who is Guru Maharaj, because the quality of Guru Maharaj is everything to the world. That Srila Gurudev recognized to the full degree. We maybe get a little glimpse, and we're getting that glimpse through him. We're getting our glimpse through those who have got some clear understanding. But Gurudev used to say also about Guru Maharaj, he said, I was very familiar with Guru Maharaj, but I was reminded of his greatness when I saw the interaction of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers with Guru Maharaj. These great, as Gurudev said, these great generals of Srila Saraswati Thakur's mission, how they are submissive, giving all honor and appreciation to Guru Maharaj. That Guru Maharaj gave everything to Gurudev. Not only gave everything to him, but everybody, all of Guru Maharaj's senior section, that senior section of the disciples of Saraswati Thakur, gave their blessing to Gurudev. Gurudev adjusted with the Western world. He adjusted with the nature of so many, and deliberately adjusting sometimes in front of us, with very humorous examples too, but deliberately adjusting, so that he is approachable to distribute what is in the storehouse, a treasure of love of Godhead. So I'm very happy to report that on this 10th anniversary of Gurudev's disappearance, that I'm able to focus on happy things of the glories of Srila Gurudev, on what for us actually was an extremely tragic day, his disappearance. That, even though it's his disappearance, we won't focus on at this time. The glories of Srila Gurudev, unlimited. Jai Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. The glories of Srila Guru Maharaj, unlimited. Srila Bhakti Ranjan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. And Bhagavan, that title of Bhagavan, given also, used as the address to Srila Saraswati Thakur by Gurudev. It's again his clear vision of who is Srila Saraswati Thakur. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. And to all Srila Goswami Maharaj, our Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. Vanchikaupatruvischa kripa sindhavya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Paramananda or Lalita? Or?
Yes, definitely.
You select.
Oh, I'll select. Well, Paramananda was sitting right beside me. And today, many devotees are the other side of the camera out of necessity of our present circumstance. And but we're very happy to have Paramananda Prabhu here with us. And Paramananda, he has much first-hand experience of many leelas, pastimes of Srila Gurudev. And he's sitting with us here. And then Bhakti Lalita is just sitting on the other side of Gurudev here. We'll hear from her in a few minutes too. Jai.
After hearing both of you, what can I say?
You can say many things.
Really. But something came to my mind. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started his South Indian tour, his first stop, like we mentioned before, was Kurmakshetra. And in Kurmakshetra we hear a Brahmin comes forward and he invites Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come forward, invites him for lunch, basically. So Mahaprabhu goes to his house. His name is Kurma as well, Brahmin Kurma. And Mahaprabhu takes lunch and Brahmin serving him very nicely. And then Mahaprabhu giving him instructions. And it is said that he converted him just by association. He converted him. And when the time came for Mahaprabhu to leave, Brahman, he submitted his humble plea. He said, can I come with you? Because I cannot conceive my life without you. It is impossible. And now you're leaving. How can you do it to me? You came to me and now you're leaving me. What kind of behavior is that? And Mahaprabhu said, don't say such words. You have some responsibilities here. And I give you a tip. And he said, if you just follow my instructions, and he says this famous shloka, Yaride Kitarikaha Krishna Upadesh. He says, if you just follow my simple instructions, wherever you meet, wherever you go, talk about Krishna. Then we will meet again. And then he adds, more than that, I will never leave your company. I will always be with you. So in a similar way, we can say about Srila Gurudev, even though he is not present with us, but he is fully, especially at this moment, he is fully represented in his instructions. And they're so sweet. My daily routine is to listen to Gurudev's talks, his morning darshans, his talks during some big occasions. It doesn't matter. His morning darshans are very sweet. And his instructions, there's so many things he's saying, but there's always a certain thread in all his talks. And three things he talks the most about. One is be humble, be tolerant. Tunada pisanishana tarore vasahishana amani namanadana kirtanya sadari. Sometimes he mentions the shloka several times during his short talk. Really, to the point that we stop hearing it, we stop understanding it. He just keep mentioning it, he just keep telling us that. Then another thing he's always telling is to be sincere, chaste or loyal to your spiritual master. Then everything will come to you naturally. And then another thing, to be, whatever you do, service, whatever it is in your devotional life, do it with love and affection. That's a key to success. So if we are, and he is the personification of all of it.
Yes.
Like he was saying when Srila Guru Maharaj, when he just joined the mat, and you can correct me, when Guru Maharaj asked him, are you ready to follow me and not to your mind? Are you ready to listen to me and not to your mind? And Srila Gurudev said, and I was very young and foolish, and I said, yes, of course, I will follow that. But little I knew how difficult it will be. So even though he says, it's a very simple thing I'm giving you, simple advice, but I'm not saying it will be easy to follow. It will not be easy, but still we shall try. And again, chaste, loyal to his spiritual master. I mean, both of you just said so many things on that subject. So if we are to follow those instructions, then Srila Gurudev will always remain in our heart. More than that, we will find our place in his heart, and this is the success of a disciple. It's the success of our spiritual life, to find the place in the heart of the Guru. And I will conclude here. Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai. Just on the way to Lalita, please, for Krishna Pediri, a couple of words, because on the way.
And
just your Thai representative.
Just one more story came to my mind, how Madhusudan Maharaj reminded me that till his last moment he is thinking, how can he serve to Guru Maharaj? Really. When he visited Thailand, not long before he left the world, when he visited here, he was very fixated on idea of going to Japan. And he was not feeling well, and I was naturally afraid that if he travels, something may happen, some health complication, then I will be responsible. And it is Madhusudan Maharaj who would always call me when Srila Gurudev was en route to Bangkok. He would give me a call or send me a message saying, now you have a great responsibility on your shoulders. Remember that. And I always remember that.
Hare Krishna.
And I would always ask Gurudev, why? But why you really want to go to Japan? You're always asking me, can you arrange a short trip to Japan? And then at some point he said, let's just go there for a day, we fly in the morning, we fly out in the evening. And I was so surprised, because Gurudev was so really fixed on that. And I asked Gurudev, why is that? He said, Prabhu, because I want to do last big service to my Guru Maharaj. I want to go there and I want to plant the flag of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat on behalf of Guru Maharaj in that soil.
Hare Krishna.
And then he said, Gurudev, but you know it is hardly possible. He looked at me. Then I will go in your suitcase. And of course, some realization, later on that realization came to me why he was saying that. And he actually did went in my suitcase. But on his behalf, Madhusudan Maharaj
went
and planted the flag
there you
of
go.
Chaitanya Saraswati Mat.
Hare Krishna.
And before that, Vaishnava Maharaj. So it is happening. Now I'm giving to.
Okay, thank you. No. But actually, all of them, no story, I like to listen because, I joined Maharaj, Gurudev, when he came to Bangkok. But somehow he didn't acting as guru or acting as need to preach, something like that. But mostly, he was acting like a family member. Yeah, it's like grandfather who come to visit, like grandchildren.
That's the role he's most comfortable in.
Yeah, yes. And then I feel somehow very comfortable how he acting, and then I feel like, wow, this is kind of great personality.
Yeah.
And then my ego was just down because I very difficult to kind of face to somebody or listen to somebody. But when I was observed, when he was in Bangkok, when he was sitting, I was feeling kind of his nature, his great personality, and let me down, humbles.
Yeah.
First, because he showed us he's not guru. He's not, I'm the big guru. I should okay, now you have to bow to me because I'm guru. But he showed kind of I'm like your family, your father, your grandfather. That's why he was capture my heart.
Hey, Krishna.
Wow, I should maybe listen to him as a family member. He's so sweet, and mostly he's very kind of humor.
Yes.
He's not really how to say he's very kind, Maharaj. He's very kind, and then that's why it's somehow I feel
he's
very
jolly and delightful.
Yeah, kind of like that, Maharaj. And then somehow he not praise you so much, how to act to be good devotee. But I can see how I can be good devotee by seeing him.
Yes.
And his devotee. I learned so much. I observe, and then wow, how the devotee, his devotee, so much faith on him. How is it possible? I was thinking so many years, not just short times. And somehow it's naturally come through kind of ghosts come to my heart and then take over.
Yes.
By his disciple.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, and then I okay, then I think it's a time also for me, it's humble to him and show how he's a good example to also show to other devotees. Try to follow and be humble as Gurudev.
Jai.
Gurudev was 200% genuine.
Yes.
No, nothing.
That's right.
Fake. 200% genuine.
Yeah, he could say repeatedly to people on the phone, "I'm so happy to hear your sweet voice." But when he said that, I was saying, "Maharaj, you say this all the time," but it's he meant it every time. He meant it every time. "I am so happy to hear your sweet voice," and on the other end they're "Oh," And I thought he was not playing. He felt that. Yes, Lalita, Bhakti Lalita.
So, this is a very heavy day for me as a disciple who came to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Goswami Maharaj in his early days as Acharya in 1991. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj had just disappeared, and it was before Srila Gurudev began his world tour. And the mission was, we talk about family, this was like the brahmacharis were your uncles and brothers, and Thakur Ma was your grandmother, and Ramapishi Ma was your great aunt, and the mat was very small, and Gurudev hadn't gone out yet. And traveling with him by car to Puri and going on so many adventures with him, and Gurudev taking us in and becoming our everything. and for so long. I was blessed to stay with him for a little more than 17 years. And like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Godruma, Navadip Godrume Nityananda Mahajan, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadan. Gurudev was like that for us. He was our mother, he was our father, he was the wealth of our life. Everything was centered around him. And this is the day he withdrew from this world, and some of us were present with him and watched him withdraw from this world. And that left a very strong impression on me, being there at his lotus feet and knowing that timing is very important for him. He was always consulting his Panjika for every last thing. Everything had to be auspicious, and his departure was also auspicious on this Dwadasi day, after following Ekadashi, the very early morning before sunrise, 4:30 a.m. And gone, it seemed like eternity, with bad health, with poor health, and tolerating various tisses, he would call them, bronchitis, spondylitis, many things that ended with tis. Some of them we never even heard of. And watched him endure poor health for so long, it seemed like it never was going to end. And watching him serve and sacrifice himself through all that difficulty. Then finally, deciding this was the moment, this auspicious Dwadasi morning, 10 years ago today, refusing his intervention. Kishori Didi, our Srila Gurudev's nurse, trying to give him some intervention to help him breathe, open his lungs. He refused it, threw it on the floor, refused breathing apparatus, and withdrew himself voluntarily from this world and going into samadhi. And if you were there, you could see this is not someone who just died. This is someone who withdrew voluntarily from this world and entered samadhi in meditation. And we saw very peacefully living, and a life of inconceivable dedication and sacrifice from his Guru Maharaj lived, withdrawing from this world. And I remember every moment of that morning, 10 years ago today, and seeing all these auspicious people coming from every direction, coming to pay their respects on his veranda in Dum Dum Park. And people we didn't even recognize, coming from the neighborhood, from Kwaikali, from surrounding areas, and everyone coming to honor the departure of this great personality. And going to Navadvip for his samadhi, everyone coming to help, and such a hot day. This is the hot season in India as well as here. And after completion of his samadhi, Pushpa Brishti, small droplets of rain fell on his tulsi plant that was placed on the top of his samadhi. And never would have understood fully that inconceivable day, how it was something like out of the pages of Chaitanya Charitamrita, something extraordinary of a great soul leaving the world and leaving a very strong impression So every year on this day, I wake up and relive this experience and try to reflect on what we've have become separated from, our father, our mother, our friend, our well-wishing confidant. He was more to us than we could conceive of. And knowing that he wanted us to continue. And before his departure, for weeks before he left, he kept asking, and he used to hate when we'd use nicknames for everybody. We'd cut everyone's name, Shruda, Yuda, Sarva. Everyone's name became halved, and he didn't like that. But in the very end, he started to do that. And he would call me Lali. Aravinda, Lochan Prabhu became Aro. And he'd say, hey Lali, where do you want to stay when I go? One room, I want to give you some place. And I just didn't know what to say. For weeks, he kept asking. And I just knew, like, this is going to be darkness when you go. And I can't imagine it. And then I just kept silent for some time, and then he said it one last time. And I thought, I'm just going to give him my real answer. I'm not going to just come up with some room where I'll take and have a key to. And I said, I want to be next to you, a room next to you in Goloka Vrindavan. And I thought I gave such a smart answer. And he looked at me with like frustration. He made this mission for us. He sacrificed his life to make guest houses for his devotees, temples for his devotees, deities for his, everything was for the service of his Guru Maharaj and the devotees. And he wanted that something be left for us. So that's still my prayer. I stand firm in my answer to him that I want a room, at least underneath him, where his lotus feet are residing in Goloka Vrindavan. That's the room I want. So we hope he will be pleased to see we are enduring in his separation and trying to give ourselves and continue serving him in his divine mission, serving his devotees and his deities all over the world. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Tirobhav Mahahotsav Titi ki jai.
Jai. So I think suffice to say that what we've learned on a recap is that to please Srila Gurudev, we glorify Srila Guru Maharaj. To please Srila Guru Maharaj, we glorify Srila Gurudev. And all the Vaishnavas will be happy. And Gurudev was very generous in his praise of others, by pointing out their devotional qualities and everything. But of course, he is Gurudev. Guru Maharaj has his heart, but in the same way, just like Krishna and his devotee, he says, Ahang bhakta pradino hyasva. I'm supposed to be independent, but in the presence of devotion, I lose my independence. And what else? Sadhavo hridayam bahyam. Saying, everyone says, oh, the great devotees, they can meditate on the Lord in their hearts. You know, the great yogis, the great thinkers, they're always thinking of Krishna. And, wow, they're so great, you know. Krishna. And what about me? Who am I thinking of? My devotees. They're always in my heart, and I'm always in their heart. Same thing with Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, all these great devotees, and the pull of separation will take us toward him. The pull of his heart upon our hearts will take us toward that domain. Hare Krishna. And I just like to say, we should have sung this in the beginning, but Gurudev likes this song so much, Emana Durmati. Guru Maharaj is always like, and I like to sing that, and then his pranam. Well, actually, let's do the pranam and then that, and then Abhiram, a little kirtan. Where are the flowers? There's some flowers. On Tiro Bhav, Disappearance Day, you can offer flowers.